Hello everyone, my name is Randy Pierce and I am totally blind, a fact that probably would have been obvious to you had I walked into your classroom tapping with my white cane, which is of course the symbol of blindness. It's also a tool, right? It does a couple of things. I use it to tap my way to find obstacles so I can navigate around them, but it also lets me alert all of the world to the fact that I have a sight problem. In my case, total blindness, but for 92% of the people who are blind, they have some sight. They are legally blind. I'm just in the minority case with total blindness. But another way that I might have come into your room is the way I prefer, with my hand on the harness handle of a guide dog team. My guide dog often charms people. Nobody ever asked to pet my cane, but my guide dog and I might have strolled into the room and done a couple of things. One, again, seeing the team, you might have realized, okay, there's a sight impairment here. But you also would have seen, right, the power of teamwork in effect. My guide dog and I work together to navigate obstacles. I get to use their eyes so that they can find things for me. My guide dog has a vocabulary of over 100 words, really, and they'll develop that as we work together because it expands, and we get to highlight kind of the ability awareness. Instead of the focus on my disability, I can't see, we get to focus on all the things I can do. Because we all have disabilities, we all have things we can't do. And the good news is that if it's important to us, we can do the things I love to do, which is right to believe in possibility. And more simply, what that means is just to learn to believe in ourselves and the things we want to accomplish by knowing that a little bit of problem solving, a little ingenuity, and a lot of hard work often can get us where we want to go. As Henry Ford said it fairly simply, but very powerfully, with whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're probably right. And that simply suggests that, right, if we don't believe in ourselves and what we're trying to accomplish, it's harder to succeed. But if we can choose to believe in ourselves, in our tasks, it's the first step towards succeeding. Now, it's not magic, it's not just by believing you achieve, but it's an important step. Now, then you have to start doing the problem solving and the hard work to get there. And that's what I do all of my life. Now, all of my life, especially since going blind, but even before blindness, because when I was in high school, I was not blind. And I never expected I was going to have a sight problem. For me, that came actually after college. What I did expect before blindness was that I loved life. I loved being involved and active, right? I was in every sport, band, chorus, drama club, all the things I could engage in to find out where are my interests? Where are my skill sets? What am I good at? Because I wanted to know how I might use those to make myself happier, to make myself more successful. And those paths were helpful. So that when I came out of college, I had a great job. I was feeling really good. I felt on top of the world. And then I had the first of the most serious challenges of my life. And we're all going to face challenge. You probably already have. Most of us do. But when that challenge happened to me, in just 2 weeks, I lost all of the sight in my right eye, completely gone. 2 weeks. And half of the sight in my left eye, it closed in like a tunnel vision because my optic nerve, the wire between my eye and my brain, was dying. And we thought it was just going to be my optic nerves, so that when I went totally blind, I thought maybe that was the end of it. But that's not the case, right? I lose different nerves in my body all the time. And I could easily focus on that, but I don't. But I did it first. Because at first I thought going blind meant everything fun, everything meaningful would no longer be possible. And as long as that was my mindset, that was true. It was very hard for me to accomplish anything. And I was pretty miserable. And the solution for me was encouragement from others, certainly helped, but I had to be accountable. I had to start deciding that as long as I was choosing to quit, quitting was what I was getting. And as soon as I started saying, but I want more, how do I get it? It's the question, how do I? That is the key to all of the problem solving. Not saying I can't, but to say, what do I need in order to do this? How do I learn? How do I grow? How do I get help to accomplish and achieve more? Since going blind, I've accomplished things that I never expected I would, even as a sighted person. I've won 2 national marathon championships. I've climbed mountains all over the world, including Kilimanjaro, and hiked through the Andes in Peru. I've hiked the Grand Canyon. I've founded a company that has given well over $500,000 to charities that we believe in. I've been a guest of the president of the White House. I've written a book. I have an amazing life. And this is all after going blind. And how? It's because I stopped doubting myself and started saying, failure's going to happen sometimes along this journey, but I'm going to keep trying, learning, and growing. And when something doesn't work, I'm going to try to figure out how to resolve it. And I share all of this with you, not because I want you to see what I was able to do, because I want you to start thinking about what can you do? Obviously, you're going to face difficulties, and obviously sometimes you're going to want to quit. But the challenge is, what are you going to get when you quit? And what are the possibilities you could get if you choose the other option? If you choose to learn, to grow, maybe to get help when it's necessary, to become something more. It's this notion of peak potential that I like to speak about as a mountain climber. Climb your mountain. It's what's important to you and how are you going to achieve it. It starts with believing in yourself. It starts with your mindset. And then it follows up with the work. I like to think that many students are worried about their GPA, and grade point average has some importance. But I think there's another GPA that also has importance, which is the G of goals that you set, the P of plans that you make, and then the A of the actions you take to achieve them. And I hope to share a lot more about all of the possibilities and approaches we take to get there. But let me leave you with one more thought that I think is really powerful. Deepak Chopra has a quote that suggests, every decision is a choice between a grievance and a miracle. When I went blind, obviously I could be very frustrated, and I was, that things were going to be so much harder, I might have even thought impossible. But if I didn't choose that, if I said, wait, you know what? This is hard. The reality is it's hard. But the miracle is that there are ways people have already found to resolve these aspects. There are opportunities in skills and training, like a guide dog team, in technology. My computer talks to me, my iPhone talks to me, and there are things that allow me to adapt to the world in ways I never imagined. But how do I find them? Well, not by quitting, but by going out and seeking. And by choosing to look for the miracles that are out there, you're more likely to find them, bring them into your life, and then experience the miracles. And that's really what I believe in. You have an accountability to your own life, but you also get all the rewards that come with it. We influence our lives with everything we do. Study harder, you'll probably get better grades. Don't do your homework, you'll probably get worse grades, right? Those are the influences. But things will happen to us that set us back. And the thing is, you have the choice in how you're going to respond to any of those things. And the choice you make, that's what's going to have the biggest impact in your life. And I want that to be a positive impact because I chose to make positive responses when things get challenging. And that gift has led to so many rewards for me. And I love my life now. I feel like it's amazing. And that doesn't mean I don't have hard days. Of course I do. But I don't stay there. I absolutely love all the things I get to experience. But I know that you have the power to experience all these things in your world, and that the choices you make for you will affect your success, your happiness, and your success and happiness is going to affect the world that we all share. So of course I care about that. That's why I'm here doing this. And the fact is, I believe you can accomplish all sorts of amazing things. The question is, what do you believe? And even more so, what are you willing to do to get there? Are you willing to believe? Are you willing to put in the work, the goal, the plan, the action? If you do, I think your life can be as amazingly successful and happy for you as mine is for me. And that's why we start with this introduction on mindset, and why I hope you'll join me for some future considerations on ways to look at our world.